Today's video is sponsored by our friends at Famous Faces and Funnies, located in Melbourne, Florida, and Daddy-O Toys and Comics on Instagram, as well as Ian's Displays and Accessories, and Docking Bay 94, located in Boca Raton. Hello and welcome to a very exciting episode of Codename New to Vero 2. Hi, I'm your presenter, Shabu Are You. What a crazy week we've had in GIJoe. Oh my gosh. We're still feeling the effects of the GIJoe 6-inch classified Walmart exclusive. People are, voicing how they feel about it. Some people, and how, they're gone. They're not found in Walmarts. And how scalpers are. I mean, this is what the day and age it is that we live in. And also with the Hasbro Pulse announcement of the retro line that is a Walmart exclusive as well. And that has been sold out. And that's not surprising. I myself did not buy any of them because I am going to wait when they are issued to stores, because I've kind of got this down to a science with these Walmart exclusives, so I know that the Walmarts are target in my area at a specific time. If I'm there, they will be there. I've kind of worked with the Transformers G1 reissues and the Star Wars retro line, and then now with the GIJoe series. I've been hitting home runs, knock on wood, so far. So I'm going to stick with my old traditional ways of obtaining these figures. Now, the big issue is a lot of people are pissed because they essentially are reissues of the 25th anniversary line, as I got up here. So they're just, reissues of those. So, and a lot of people are pissed that they're not, molds of the iconic 3/4 inch scale O-ring figures. And there maybe making those O-ring figures is more expensive than, because they do use cheaper plastic on them than, you could just feel the quality. These are more sturdy. These are built for kids, and that's made for adults. And that's sadly who's Hasbro is targeting in this day and age. And that's my big beef, is that I want GIJoe to appeal to a younger generation, because the values that GIJoe impersonates on someone is what we need, especially what's going on today. Of everybody, whether you're white, black, brown, green, I don't give a monkey's uncle, but collectively we could all work together to overcome obstacles and adversities in life. So I think that message, it resonates to our society, especially now. So for Hasbro to not appeal to a younger demographic and just putting things out for us old folks, I mean, it's good, but it's not good. We want younger kids to get involved in this. Otherwise, it's going to die out with us, and that's going to be a shame. So the other big news is that Rob Liefeld's GIJoe SnakeEyes comic has dropped. And I was lucky to get a couple variant issues of it, one being a 1 in 10th variant. So I wanted to share that with everybody. And we're going to look at this issue. And I also recommend going to comictropes.com and look at the tropes of Rob Liefeld. And the first thing I looked at is the feet, because he's known for drawing terrible feet. And guess what? Rob Liefeld finally figured out how to draw feet on characters. So way to go, Rob. The issue in itself is very, very well done. But let me backstep. Larry Hama is my writer for GIJoe. That's it. He is it's wonderful that Rob Liefeld is doing this. And, I think that his character, Deadpool, is actually a combination of SnakeEyes and Spiderman. If you think about it, think about it. That's where he's known for stealing ideas and then putting his twist and then throwing it out there. So for him to do this, I kind of think he's acknowledging that. So that's what makes this interesting. And he's gone on the record saying numerous times, even before this, that he is a huge Snake Eyes fan. So that's the one thing that I kind of took note of. I'm not a big Deadpool fan. I mean, he came out in May of, I think, 91 or 93. But at that age, I was in high school, and I pretty much had who I think is the best and my characters. So this new character, Deadpool, didn't really appeal to me, and I kind of find him annoying as hell. I'm not a big Deadpool fan. I just don't get it. Like, you know, I tried, and I did a, I guess, review of the new Deadpool #1 that Marvel just put out, and I was like, what the hell is this shit? But it's like they just try to make him be as obnoxious and like ridiculous, and I just don't find it interesting. But you know, you cannot deny that there are elements of Snake Eyes in Deadpool, and I think that's great that Rob Liefeld decided to pay homage to Deadpool. And the issue in itself is very, very well done. It's going to be part of a mini-series. So in this episode of Codename, we're going to look, you know, breeze through this issue, and I highly recommend buying it yourself. One of the reasons why I do these videos is to encourage you to go to the comic shops, demand the comic shop owners to carry G.I. Joe comics. And when you do that, also, if you have little ones, get them into G.I. Joe. Show them, if you have a daughter, show them Lady J, show them Scarlet, how they're tough, how they don't need a guy, you know, they're independent women. And again, whether you're a minority, a majority, whatever, G.I. Joe is for everyone. So I highly encourage you, after this, you know, go to your comic shop, because like I said, from every issue, G.I. Joe isn't widely carried. And I'm looking at all these comic YouTubers, G.I. Joe was never mentioned. And I've been voicing, why aren't you talking about G.I. Joe? And they're like, you know, Marvel, you know, Venom, great. I mean, great. So anyway, without further ado, let's look into this issue and recap Snake Eyes by Rob Liefeld. Okay, as with every comic recap, we look at the cover variants, and these are the two I got, cover A and the RL. And again, this is cover A, all done by Rob Liefeld, and he did a really good job. But this tells you how many exclusive covers there are, and there's a lot of freaking covers. I don't know where the hell you'd get these, but there they are. And again, this is the title page, so we got Snake Eyes Deadgame, written art by Rob Liefeld, and he has some of his supporting cast. Those are the 4 variants on the bottom. Now, before I start, it's important to note that nothing in this mini-series is going into canon. So it's kind of Rob Liefeld's own creation and story. We begin in Norway, 782 AD, with a new character called the Gravemaster seeking out and challenging Thor. Not the Marvel Thor, but the mythological god of thunder. And yes, he is wielding Mjolnir. The page ends with Titans clash and the earths tremble. Ooh. But we don't know, like, who wins this altercation and what is it about. But we'll probably find out later in the series the significance of Thor in this. Next, we jump to present day. Liefeld introduces Snake Eyes. Now, for us following the regular run, this is the original Snake Eyes and not Sean Collins, as the original Snake Eyes in The Real American Hero has passed away. So, the other important thing to note is all the attributes that Liefeld lists, how Snake Eyes is the best of the best. When the country is down, there's only one person to call, and that is Snake Eyes. I suggest if you guys are new and not, you know, following or know much about G.I. Joe, please, please, please read issue 155, the last issue of the Real American Hero Marvel run, to get a full, complete understanding of who Snake Eyes really is. But Liefeld just gives a brief summary. Our story takes shape as Snake Eyes is summoned. A SOS via text is picked up, utilizing an old GIJoe code. Snake Eye is unleashed to the coordinates, somewhere in frozen Norway. Now, part of the text also specifies that Snake Eyes is to come alone for protecting the other Joes. He ascends to the remote base on the mountainside. He initially suspects that this place has all the markings of Cobra, but upon entry he encounters resistance. But these guys are just as surprised to see him, let alone who the hell is in their crosshairs. Cobra would know better than to deal with Snake Eyes like this. He makes quick work of this small initial wave, taking no pleasure in killing. After assessing the battle, he realizes that they were just security. What are they protecting? And why were they running from it, whatever it is? When he hears an alarm going off, only to realize other Joes are also there. Tripwire and Roadblock. Apparently, they got a separate message to respond and come to this address. Guys, the thing is, Rob Liefeld is killing it with this artwork. Look at this and all of the artwork in this book. And look, he finally learned how to draw feet. Yippee! Congratulations to Rob Liefeld. Roadblock and Tripwire have gone around the complex, picking locks, finding nothing. Roadblock notes the unusual silence and how if this place was Cobra operation, they would be elbow deep in vipers. Tripwire finally cracks the last lock. All three are on guard when behold, Joe Colton appears from that cell. Colton comes out all fired up, telling the others to knock off the hero crap. They got work to do. Apparently he was kidnapped, asked to translate an ancient scroll. He fed them bogus intel while sending out a secret message to the Joes, especially for Snake Eyes. He mentions one name, Deadgame, and Snake Eyes jumps, knowing full well of what he's up against. Snake Eyes has heard of the legend, like some boogeyman in ancient Arashikage lore. Outside, a group of undead ninjas circle, not only awaiting him, but the Red Master, the Grave Master. This monstrosity rises from the frozen floor. So many questions, but Snake Eyes knows he has no time to ask and leaps into action against the undead. Snake Eyes tears into them. They bleed. But these are a group of students, not master. Yet their fighting style is the hallmark of the Arashikage, his clan. Unknown to Snake Eyes, with each life taken, the Grave Master's strength increases, as if he's absorbing their life force. And Snake Eyes continues his assault, not knowing that the Grave Master's growing stronger and stronger with each life he takes, all while the Grave Master watches, studies, and analyzes Snake Eyes' movement. Yes, this is indeed a worthy opponent. Suddenly, the Grave Master speaks. I live again. See, Snake Eyes wasn't born into the Arashikage clan. As I mentioned, the Grave Master was a tale told to youngsters to never stray from the right path, for fear of being drafted into this undead, unholy army. And his minions tell him that, they haven't found whatever it is they're looking for. And without a moment's notice, Snake Eyes starts firing at the Grave Master, who turns around and questions who the hell is this shooting at me, and sees Snake Eyes face to face. The Grave Master, who at one time was known as Pt.1, 1,200 years ago, he is taken back initially by Snake Eyes' heart, morals, and ability. Is this the challenge he's been waiting for all these years? Snake Eyes throws everything at him, be it sword, fist, and firearms. And Pt.1 / the Grave Master just takes it all in. And then finally, once Snake Eyes is out of rounds with his bullets, it's now the Grave Master's turn to flip the script. Holy shit. He counters, using his red bandages as arms. He toys with Snake Eyes, first praising him for drawing first blood, and then asking him for his name so that he will be remembered as the first casualty in his Deadgame against the entire world. And you could see the size difference. This dude is like a monster compared to Snake Eyes. So we know that he has this deck stacked up against him. Out of nowhere, Scarlet comes and saves his ass using a shotgun to blast him over the edge. And along with Scarlet is Timber, his loyal companion. Now, Scarlet actually briefs and tells Snake Eyes that, hey, you're supposed to stand down against this dude. He has friends in high places as well. So we need to regroup and assess this in order to formulate a better plan in attacking and ending this man's, monstrosity against the entire world. So that's where we are at the end of this first exciting issue. And I think it's pretty good. It's a little bit of mythological, ninja, and GIJoe all mixed into one. So I'm excited for the second issue. I'm glad you're here. And remember, we're going to also cover A Real American Hero, issue 272. This is Shabu Are You, signing off.